Alright. Let me see. All the way in slot 5. That seems right. Let's load. Alright. So, last time, we established our goal is to befriend a cat. To achieve this goal, we must become more human. And to become more human, we can listen to some sweet tunes. The gramophone is ready to play records. So, if you look here, there's what, 16 of these? I think you can get... So these last 5 are New Game Plus exclusive ones. And they're just different takes on other songs. And there's one of these that you can only get one of 2 per play cycle, depending on the route you take in the thing. But I think this means we can listen to 10 of these, so this is Feel. Close your eyes. Dance the night away with me. No, I don't do that, but, you know, appreciate the ask, I guess. Since I won't follow, I guess you won't follow either, so, have a good one. Everything will feel better. A song that quietly comforts the dark. Feel, a voice to accompany you and the sadness of night. I don't even know if this will get VOD muted or not.
Come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night. Turn it out, close to you. I feel good.
I don't want to talk during it because of that.
There's no feeling of you. Give it to me, baby. Feel alright.
Hey, Captain.
I feel good.
You need to listen to the whole thing.
Dance with me, hear me, feel alright.
I like this song too.
I feel good on you, alright. Make a groove all night.
Also, this gramophone has an amazing speaker system.
Close your eyes, come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night. Turn it out.
Another nice thing is you can do any of your bass stuff while this is playing, technically.
I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling of you.
Like, I could talk to Sophia, I could level up, do weapon stuff.
Feel alright. I feel good. Just walk your step with me, dance with me, hear me, feel alright. I feel good on you, alright. To make a groove all night.
Love a good piano too.
Feel alright. I feel good. Just want you step with me, dance with me. Feel alright. I feel good.
We return to the adventures of Puppet Anakin Skywalker. Hey, Dill. It's okay, Captain.
Close your eyes,
Oh, you're over there.
come to me.
I've never noticed the cat up there before.
Close your eyes.
Your springs are reacting. Oh, hey, Scott.
Close your eyes.
So that can loop in the background too. Like, you have the nice background music, OST usually, but you can also have that playing. Can I? Oh. I never knew there was a different one there. Yes, yes, more. Legitimately, that was my first time experiencing that. I've never noticed the cat up there, and I didn't know it had a different key for that. So, we're still at the point where the cat wants nothing of us. Kind of sad. We do not reach the minimum level of human to earn the cat's respect. Also, we couldn't check out this book earlier because Jiminy wasn't fixed yet.
That book reminds me. Have you ever heard the fairy tale about a mischievous wooden puppet?
Well, have you?
All of Krot knows the story. All because of someone who loved that story more than anyone else. But this is strange. I do not recall. Who exactly was that someone?
Oh, you mean Kikaider? Okay. So, that was our way to get a little bit of humanity and get rejected by Cat. No, Pinocchio. Alright, well now that we've done that, I already did the baby, so we can go and just do Krot City Hall. I know there's other places that you find the cat where it has different interactions. I only know the ones that where it puts it on like Pinocchio level. I've never saw it up there because I guess I'm blind. No, we do extra damage now. Nice. I don't mind using the Legionnaire before we get there because I don't know if we'll really find a use for it against Murphy, so. Also, yes, it's just because it increases durability, but I did sharpen this metal electric bonking stick. Oh, I should have dodged that instead of trying to go for the attack. Oh. Okay, good. It's staggered. So yeah, using the electric weapon against the electric boss, not a great plan. he shocked me already? No, he didn't. Okay. Dang. I was having a hard time too. He's saying 4 names there. Oh man. Also, I'm just gonna keep the deaths counter for the entire run. This lack of defense on this build is pretty brutal. His attacks are, what is that, like everything's like a 2 or 3 shot? I'm sure it'll be fine. I really probably shouldn't even be bothering killing these guys. Like, this is one of those boss runs that could be freer, but it's pretty straightforward, really. We're also seeing against this second boss here. I'm making pretty decent use, I think, of showing that, like, while you can perfect block, dodging also gives you a chance. If you at least land it properly. That time I didn't actually dodge properly, but I ended up hitting the right thing anyways. Also not doing a great job of getting my extra damage off on that, but that's okay. Now he's gonna power up. He says my back is hot, I'm exploding. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, that is clearly a grab and I almost messed it up. So one of the other sneaky things about this fight... Oh, that's not good. His timing speeds up in this stage. Like, we know one of the names is Toma. Another's Sophia. I think we'll see the names in a thing. Oh, man. He does so much damage. Oh, and then here's the game telling me about Electric Shock. When Electric Blitz damage builds up, both your character and the monsters will take increased Electric Blitz and physical damage. Your character will receive continuous damage to your Fable slots. Monsters will experience increased stagger damage. I don't think I actually remembered that part. Oh, the fact I'm mostly naked for this fight is, oh. We'll give it a couple more tries. Honestly, like a fair amount of the games, Elden Ring was kind of similar to this. I find usually it's just more worth it to go medium. And have that little bit of extra armor. Although in this case it wouldn't... Oh, that's not good. It's fine. I'm not having a hard time with this boss fight. I can go into it with less. Children frozen. Abandoned by you. Ah. Oh, that was not timed well. So that's something I should be... Oh! Nope, I was cheeky there. I was about to act like I was being smart too. I thought he was going to do his explosion there. Like that. You asshole. Ow. Ow. That did so much damage. His name is that Mark? Mark, maybe? It's really dumb that I'm trying to figure those out because unlike some of the other things where you need to wait to New Game Plus to see it clearly, we're just going to see what those names are. Alright, well, I'm not going to try on this too many times, but I'm going to need the damage reduction of actual armor, I think. We can give it a couple more tries before then, but in the interest of actually making progress. Just dodge. I mean, I'd like to point out I've died to things you can't dodge. Like that last attack. That time I just messed up though. That was kind of a whoops. I keep forgetting. I mean, some might say that was actually a really good time. So, talking about boss chains, I've played this game before. I think it's pretty clear at this point. Most of the time I've fought the Scrapped Watchman, I've dodged his attacks, and a couple of times I've been going on cheeky blocks on those instead. And I'm not used to him actually doing of those, like, those quick arm swipes. I'm not actually used to him doing a second set. I did switch that, or not? Yes, okay. Alright. Oh, I always forget you do that. Well, let's do this properly. I ran out of stamina like a genius. I think he does that one move. Ooh, wow. Okay. In fairness, I think that time, I mean, that move does good damage too. I think I also just began. I think I had hit the dodge button at that point, but I hadn't actually started to dodge yet. Although maybe this game doesn't do increased counter damage. I don't know, actually. Maybe I shouldn't be doing a semi-challenge run just by nature of using low armor and a bad weapon against Murphy. Nah, it's fine. I just gotta get good, right? There we go. That's the timing. I can remember it. I thought I actually had enough Fable. That was my bad. Okay, see, now that actually looked like I knew what I was doing. It's not gonna last, bud. Fortunately, that grab comes out late enough that you actually have some leeway on it. Oh, that did damage. Oh, can you actually dodge that? Okay. Yeah, let's heal just to be safe. There we go. Maybe I just had to remember stuff. Well, let's not get cocky, actually. Like that. Man, they really overcharged his battery. I failed to do what I wanted to do there. Ow. Aw, the run was going so good, too. Alright. Well, I almost proved I could do it without having to rely on armor. So, the really sad thing is, actually, you know what? In fairness, I can't go quite this heavy on armor right now, because that will make me slightly heavy. Which is when you do the equivalent of the fat roll. So, we actually have to only go up to this one? Yeah, this one. Actually, you know what? Let's just do armor for now. Let's not even mess with the amulets. And see what a difference that makes. I do like to make sure I know what the timing is on those ones. Just armor. Okay, that was... that was pretty sad. I did not realize I'd let my stamina get as low as I had. Sometimes he does get me with the difference between like that one that goes fast and the other that goes slow, which, you know. He just wanted to be a good one for the kids. That's the other thing, like, those attacks usually have pretty good... Okay, I don't actually have time to dodge that now. That's good to know. But yeah, so the other trick with Fury attacks is you can just be out of range on them. You gonna yeet yourself into the air, my man? No? Okay. Alright, I did block that at least, so... Okay, you can stop. So you get an extra attack off there. You can charge this up. Stop trying to grab me, you jerk. Oh, my weapon durability is a little bit low. Whoops. There we go. Might as well should heal up, actually. Then you get a bunch from beating him. And he just missed. Yeah, it turns out having armor helps. Shocking. In fairness, I did put on the stronger armor for that. We'll take this off. We'll put these on. Ha, shocking. I didn't even... we got a fair bit from that. We got another quartz. We got the overcharged storage battery. Legion Arm core part. The scrapped Watchman's central core. Legion Arm with immense power can be crafted by Eugenie or the Vanini craft machine. The plan of Krat City Hall's Watchman ultimately failed. The Watchman, whose storage battery had swelled and back had bent horribly, became an angry judge and swept through Elysian Boulevard. It's kind of a shame. This says a Legion Arm part, and there's a couple of these. But there's other Legion Arm parts you get that are just made from a generic part. Core. P-organ core part. A key part that can activate the P-organ, or Porgan. Okay, I'm never calling it the Porgan again, that sounds awful. Activating the P-organ allows quartz to be equipped. The P-organ is the quintessence of the brilliant craftsman Geppetto's puppet skills. Sorry, I said that in a Who Watches the Watchmen. Oh, we did. We killed him. Let me read that sentence properly. The P-organ is the quintessence of the brilliant craftsman Geppetto's puppet skills. Rare parts are necessary to develop a device like that. Captain is only calling it the Porgan from now on. This is fair. We also got the small wooden officer puppet, a shapeless toy carved from wood and painted over. It has the strange appearance of a hunchback, but it was obviously made with care. Winter, abandoned by the adults, the children let go of their childhood to survive. Spring, the broken police puppet accompanied the children's whistles and restored the children's laughter. Summer, the children made Murphy by carving wood and painting him with stolen paint. Fall, Murphy, who received Murphy as a gift, never let go of it. Guess we know where the P is stored. And that might have been everything else. I feel like there was one more part there. Duh. It is the Broken Hero's Ergo, his boss soul. Obtain Ergo plus 5,000. Ergo obtained from the scrapped Watchman. The next two sentences are generic. The Watchman contorted and broke from the adult's desires. However, he never forgot the children who considered him their friend. And then if we go over here, friends, faded whistle. So that's another item we can read. A faded police whistle. It's been worn smooth from use. The children blew the whistle for their friends. He may have been discarded as a failure, but in those moments at least, he was the children's police officer. Alright. So we've made some progress. Now, this is one of those nice quality of life things. It's telling us we can go to this stargazer to find where to give that kid the whistle. But also, you might notice by Hotel Krat, it has a couple little portraits there that tells us we could do something with Eugenie, and we can do something with Geppetto. But screw them. Let's do the little side quest first. if I can remember where... What is the fastest way? Actually, I should really spend this ergo instead. But we'll not bother with that. What is the fastest? Is it going here? No, I think actually... that this is the way forward. I think I want to go down. I think the kid might be down this way. Screw that dog puppet, am I right? But no. There's actually probably a smarter, in fact. I think there was a much better way to get down here, but that's okay. We are electrocuting all of the puppets. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? I might have picked the wrong one. Oh, no, okay, here he is.
If only we could play together like we used to. Murphy, I miss you.
So, weird part here for Thomas thing. This is only a very minor side quest. You can actually select this more actively, because you can use this.
Hey, that sound. Is that you, Murphy? I know that whistle. It must be Murphy. Thanks for coming by. I want to play, but I feel too sick. I don't think I can. I miss Zach and Sophie and Eric.
Ah, those are the other names, that's right.
I wish we could all play.
And then he died. F's in the chat for Toma. Alright, well... Oh, wait. Does he play a little with the whistle? Okay. F's. Ah, and then I see the 8 and 7. So yeah, in a very From Software fashion, most of the little side quests are not very happy. But now that we've done that, we can go talk with people who actually exist and have character models and just aren't windows. There will be more window NPCs though. I don't mind there being window NPCs too. Oh, and it did also give us, what was it? Rainy Ergo Fragments is actually not worth as much as I thought it was. Okay.
Welcome to Hotel
Let's buy this other quartz before I forget. Which will help make us be a little bit stronger than we probably should be at this point in the game. You have anything new to say, Sophia?
Geppetto. Wonderful. He is on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see you. I'll use my power to help you.
Okay, she's just telling us to go see Geppetto, which we will do.
Wow, cool part you got there. Come here for a sec, would you?
Yeah, what's
I
up?
picked up traces of high-powered energy originating far away. That's one mystery solved. Why don't we make a Legion arm with it? Mr. Vanini is the expert when it comes to Legion arms, but I'm pretty sure I can make one. The puppets get fried easily by electricity. If you use an electric Legion arm, it'll make your life easier.
Fulminous. So we have the puppet string active, but And Fulminus is actually pretty good for this. A Legion arm that holds powerful electricity. It accumulates electric blitz and discharges an electric shock. Lightning has been interpreted as God's authority and fury since ancient times. Now, God's fury descends to the earth and is being used to destroy steel monsters. God damn, I've never read that before. Freaking badass. And then those are the upgrades you can do. You can move while you're charging it, which I can't do right now. You can do like little, just holding it out, like a minor unlimited power. And then overcharge lets you charge it even more. We'll equip it for now. Do you say anything else, Eugenie?
You're going to the factory to save Mr. Venini, right? He's the richest man in Krat. A little eccentric, maybe, but a good person. I heard he went to shut the factory down. I hope he's safe. I wouldn't want to lose my best customer.
So, we're still in the early parts of the game where we're actually kind of collecting some NPCs for our little hotel right here.
I know my way around a weapon.
Okay, you have something new to talk about. Oh, she can tell us about Venini.
Mr. Venini is the richest man in Krat. His company manufactures most of Krat's exports. He's, peculiar, but a good-hearted man. Even though he's rich, he treats every employee with respect. I heard he went to shut the factory down. I hope he's safe. I wouldn't want to lose my best customer.
£3. Heard your nose, £4. To save him, right? No, we're gonna be a good boy, I think. Although, you talk to our dad and see if he wants us to be a good boy. I guess technically I should call Geppetto our creator, but I'm pretty sure he just calls us his son anyway, so, you know. Now, fun little fact, this might seem a little bit weird.
That sounds very dangerous. Geppetto usually isn't so reckless. The pain of his grief may be clouding his judgment. Dear, I shouldn't have said that. You and Geppetto are always welcome at this hotel. Geppetto's room is on the second floor. You can stop by whenever you like.
So that's a weird line of dialogue from Antonia. The first line she says is in response to having talked to Geppetto. I guess because the game assumes that you'll just run and do that first. And I don't think I've ever actually done that first because you have to run upstairs to talk to him. So who would want to do that first? But then the second line, she tells you where his room is, which is very weird. Just a minor nitpick moment. I don't think it actually, like, tracks from the game at all, really. You know, it's just a detail. Are you over? Ah, here we go. Now, I'm not going to do this every time. But this is the cat interaction I'm more familiar with. Because we're still in the early point, so this is going to be despair, but we want to pet the cat. But the cat does not want it. The cat rejects us. We are not worthy of cat yet. And here's our papa.
Ah, you've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me. Even when I ask you to do something dangerous.
I will, papa.
Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond the Lycian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Venini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go save him and shut down the factory.
Oh, I forgot this was a little cutscene.
P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need. remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy to me.
Our father is so trustworthy. He wants us to be a good boy to him. And let's just tell you about the people again. So, Pinocchio has an upgrade tree. Now, there's a couple interesting things. Would you kindly be a good boy? The Porgan Sphere Grid. So I currently have 2 more quartz than you actually should kind of have because, as I said, they patch those in later. But it's nice for early upgrades. So it goes up to 5 phases. And in fact, it actually goes up to 7 phases. You unlock phase 6 at New Game Plus, and you unlock phase 7 at New Game Plus 2. Every 2 of these big blocks you unlock advances your progress into the next one. So I have to have 2 of these active to move to phase 2. Now, interestingly, you just need to have these larger ones filled in to go to the next phase. So if I have 4 of these filled in, so I have put in 8 quartz total, that would actually get me from phase 2 to phase 3. Time to spec in the white mage. You need 2 Porgan spheres filled, yes. Ugh. And honestly, a lot of these aren't necessarily created equal, but more importantly, when you put in... So let's see what our upgrades are. We can increase the staggerable window 1, increase the time of enemy staggerable status. Link dodge enables another dodge in the middle of a dodge motion. Add fable slots, increases the maximum number of charged fable slots. Or 2, or increase pulse cells use, increase the maximum number of pulse cell uses. But there's even more in play because when you... let me... God, game, please. So, there's a tree nestled within the tree here. You can pick any 4 of these. Now, you can't double up in it. So if I pick an attack type one for this spot right here, because it takes 2, I need to pick from a different one. And as you can see in the later phases, you can go up to you need to do 3 until you need to eventually get 4. And each one does a bunch of different things. And this is actually where a huge amount of your customization of your Pinocchio comes into play. And it's pretty neat, honestly. They all have their preferences. I have certain things I tend to favor. Let's see, what is... What I like... This damage, guard, fable, stagger duration. Okay. This one is just like having like your silver serpent ring, etc. You just get more souls for killing enemies. It's one of the more boring ones if I'm honest, but I'm also kind of boring. I like vanilla, what can I say? And then Charged Legion when an enemy is eliminated is not great by the end of the game, but it makes exploring easier, I would say. So now I can dodge in the middle of a dodge motion, which is great. The other one I like to pick up is this one, increase pulse cell uses, because, I mean, more Estus is a good thing, right? Fatal attack, charge stagger attack, stagger duration. Probably what I'll get. Fatal attack pulse. Guard regain. That's actually pretty good too. And later on, you gain the ability to respec these things. So if you ever do pick this up to play yourself, there's no... You can mess around and it's pretty easy to go back and mess with it. Charges fail when perfect or successful is actually pretty good too. Like, I'm actually using that on this weapon. Damage when discharged, when damaged, guard regain recovery. These are actually pretty good. Alright, let's do this one. And let's get Fable off perfect guarding. We're just getting mana off that. And with that, I've unlocked phase 2. Now, as an interesting note, this right here actually changed within the game. It used to be, if you got knocked down by an attack, you couldn't actually roll out of your getting up animation. That was an ability you unlocked with this one right here. But eventually, a quality of life feature upgrade, they patched in you could just do that, and instead, you retain Gurgain upon cell use, is something they added. Again, the patches they've done for this game were really nice quality of life things. This lets you get another ring. Increase pulse cells. So these three are actually pretty good. And in fact, I would argue that a bunch of these earlier ones are actually more useful than some of these later ones. Like, I think Phase 4 is pretty good, but I think Phase 3 has some weak ones, and Phase 5 has some weak ones. Alright. So there, we've talked to Papa. He's upgraded us. But we can talk to Papa more, too.
The city of Krat. It's probably not how you remember it, eh? Ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the gaps.
Here, I will let Papa educate you guys while I go get a drink. So I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Venini Works is the puppet's main base. It's a factory where they manufacture more of themselves. Venini himself went to stop them, but I'm worried. He's an industrialist, not a fighter. Rescue Venini and shut down his factory. That will deny the puppets their reinforcements. The cathedral is famous for its wise and kind Archbishop, Andreas. He offers sanctuary to countless refugees there. The thing is, I've lost touch with him. Perhaps no news is good news, but I'm a suspicious sort. And if the puppets push towards the cathedral, it could be devastating. Go save the Archbishop and the refugees before it's too late. I don't know what's happening in the Malum district. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood seized the neighborhood. That's all I know. It was always a run-down neighborhood, but it's descended into anarchy, or worse. I'm hearing rumors of monsters rampaging through the district. Those poor people. They need your help, son. Rosa Isabel Street is a stronghold of the puppets. It's a hunting ground where the most dangerous puppets roam. I believe it's the epicenter of the puppet frenzy. After all, I detected the strongest wave of ergo there. Especially for someone as precious as you. It's a perilous place. And when you walk a dangerous path, my son, it's best to take it one step at a time.
Back, I really like Geppetto's voice actor. And I don't know what you're talking about. Our Papa sounds incredibly trustworthy. Fun fact. So this is about the first half of the game he told us the area is for. And in point of fact, I might forget to do this, but if I remember, when you come back to him after you've defeated the boss of the area and you've effectively cleared it, he'll actually change what he says about it. Which is a nice little way you can see your progress through the game.
You can get from City Hall to the factory with the key I just gave you. Venini gave me that key. And now he's missing. Rescue him if you can.
Alright. So we need to go save Venini. I will tell you who Venini is when I find the thing that will tell you why I call him what I call him. But we're not there yet. I think with that, though, we've done about what I can. Oh, wait. I should actually freaking level up.
Now that we have a moment to talk, you must understand. The city is on its deathbed.
Sorry, I forgot Sophia
The
wanted to say stuff.
petrification disease spreads too fast, and the puppets rampage everywhere. Nobody knows what caused the disaster. Everyone in Krat is just trying to survive. That's why I found you. Our only hope, Geppetto's puppet. We're both unique. I am able to wield the power of Ergo. Power I used to call on you. That's all I can say for now. Please, save Krat.
So yeah, Sophia's got stuff going
I'll
on
use
too.
my power to help you.
But yeah. So we have like what, 7 level ups? 6 level ups, okay. Putting a lot of it into Vitality is not actually a bad idea. Yeah, let's put 4 into Vitality, get a little bit more capacity so I'm not, like, constantly breathing down that. So, at 15 Vitality, and because I've already broken down I'm using armor, because deep in my heart I am bitch, I guess. I mean, that's fine, that's, you know. I'm just a sloppy enough player, I can't play tightly enough, I need the buffer here. I'd say like 15 to 20 Vitality. 20 Vitality is the number I'm going to go to. Is actually about all you need for your like new game portion of the game. Going from 20 to 30 is pretty small. The soft caps when you get less out of stats are pretty soon in this game. They hit pretty early. But I find that going up to like 30 gives you an even bigger buffer. And I don't know, probably as you go into like 30 can get you through New Game Plus pretty decently comfortably. And you probably want to go even further there. But, you know. But there, we've actually leveled up some now too. So, I put on armor. I'm using the amulets, which are rings. I leveled up some. I used quartz to improve my P organ. So yeah. We're a way stronger Pinocchio now. We can eventually use these boss souls, this boss ergo for things, but we're not there yet. That NPC shows up between the 3rd and 4th bosses. And we've only gone through 2. Time to make Papa happy. Venini's Guide. Dear citizens of Krat, the factory has been occupied by the puppets. Whatever the cause, Venini Company is responsible for it. I, Lorenzini Venini, am going alone to stop those devils. The factory is very dangerous now. Stay out of it and keep safe. The rest I'll leave to Mr. Geppetto, whom I trust more than anyone. God save us all. Regards, Lorenzini Venini. See, Venini trusts our father. I guess I'm wearing the Mad Donkey's clothing, though, and he didn't trust our father. But we also killed the Mad Donkey, so who cares what he feels? Well, he doesn't feel anything anymore, doesn't he? Oh. I didn't read that key, did I? Was that the other thing? Oh, did it get used up? No, key items are... No, I think I did use it. Ugh, I should have read... I'm sure it won't say anything anyways. Mad Donkey was also mad, and we're sane. Excellent point. Yeah, that was slave me. Oh well, that's fine. Let's review guide. It's also one of those weird places I don't remember too much.
Here it is. Vanini Works. Everything you see here belongs to Vanini, the classiest playboy and most brilliant inventor in Krat. Just ask him. Not just puppets. Almost every machine and tram in Krat is supplied from here. You gotta be curious about the guy. What kind of person is he? I wish we could find him. That is, if he's still kicking.
So Vanini is rich, an inventor, and a playboy. Kind of getting to see a profile of him. I always forgot why he was doing that. Miracle Cure. Buy the miracle medicine here. The miracle alchemist Clark Shore, also known as Dr. Cure-All, has succeeded in making a cure for the horrible plague that has spread through Krat. Made from unicorn horn, blood of a two-headed snake, and boiled down mandrake, Clark Shore has tested it himself and confirmed that it completely cures the plague. The Blue Plague is not a divine curse. Don't be afraid anymore. Come see Dr. Cure-All, Clark Shore. Prices may vary as it is a limited item. Well, I don't know why there's cell plague happening if there's a miracle cure about. Alright, there's an item there. To adventure. Oh, you know what I didn't? I forgot to turn on. A Nod's lamp. Oh, I guess I haven't been using Formless either. Christie's playing an old-timey radio house in D&D at some point. I mean, that's a weird, long-form character to play for something. I mean, probably the answer would be if we ever did something more like Call of Cthulhu-esque. I've already done a Newsy, so that'd be the next one to do. I feel like I remember there being... Ah, there you are. I knew you were around. You jerk face. Come here, asshole who throws stuff at me. Something else this game really likes to do is it likes to have bridges that will fall apart when you cross over them. Which, not that From Software doesn't do that, but it happens maybe a little bit more often than you would think in this game. Okay. So we have this big guy here. Oh, you spat on me. Getting that level of energy for a whole session is rough. That's the other thing, yeah. So this is what Fulminous looks like. Ow. The other thing that you can do with it is we can charge it. Unfortunately, The charge can be kind of hard to land. Oh my god, this guy's bulky. He respawns. He's not special. But he also thought he'd be a good chance to show off Fulminous. And I do like killing everyone if I can in an area. I should not have said that just like that. In these kind of games, I like to clear all the enemies in an area. Just so I know that I've found it all. Close his Discord call. Did you guys finally get through Gotcha then? And I guess the post-episode analysis. What was that? Oh, was it you? You threw something at me, okay. I do like killing everyone. The perfect out of context quote. Finished before you started. Oh, we got through it a while. We watched a couple other things. Oh, okay. Let me kill this guy who keeps throwing stuff at me. I also don't know why I'm calling them guys. They are puppets. They are machines. That's good. Sounds like you had a little viewing party. That's fun. Wait a second. Why don't I come back to... Is that something I'm misreading? Oh, see, I was saying that was the line he came back to. Yeah, that's some timing there. Gotcha had a good episode. It was a nice change of pace. Oh, that is good. I know that that tends to be way more misses than it is hits, so... And now it's time to meet another NPC. Kind of.
Another fine day in the city of Krog, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been?
So I don't know how well you guys know your Pinocchio lore. He has the Riddler.
Selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive transmittal from me, Arlecchino, the king of all riddles. Now, you know what I'm called and why I called you, and I want to know your name, but not till we're through.
Actually scans on the rhymes. Yeah.
One riddle burned, and I do love a mystery, don't you? Now, only the living solve riddles, as everyone knows. That's a must. When your city is so full of puppets, it seems are about fit to bust.
I mean, he's very happy.
It's time for the riddle. No more waiting. We thank you for participating. By morning, it walks on feet numbering 4. At midday, just 2. No less and no more. It walks
What
on
could the riddle
3
be?
when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know.
Like the clever we're playing, this kind of thing rarely has it. This is new translation. Yeah. Well, monster is also technically accurate, but the correct answer is he wants the classic answer to it. Human.
Fantastic insights, caller. But not everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature. I'm the king of riddles. That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky? Even a stopped clock is right twice a day, and even a puppet can be accidentally correct just by random chance. Still, a promise is a promise. Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct answer has earned you a Trinity key. Doors and keys and doors, the subjects of puzzles and riddles galore. My next riddle won't be so simple to crack. Arlecchino's the king. Not some riddling cheap jack.
Gotta review the captcha. Your springs are reacting. So a cool thing about Arlecchino, or Arlecchino, he calls himself Arlecchino first, but Arlecchino's the name that gets used way more. When you answer his riddles correctly with an asterisk, the way he wants, it can also count in some ways as a lie, because puppets aren't supposed to be able to answer, so that means that will also give us more humanity. So he's going to help us befriend a cat. Trinity Key. A key obtained from the King of Riddles quiz. This key probably unlocks something. The Sacred Triangle was some organization's secret mark. Rumor has it that this organization was Krat's true master. I don't know about saying it's a perfect capstone, but I do appreciate the niceness of that. Kamen Rider build movie. That's a shame that it is a shame when those movies like almost feel like they didn't know what they were doing with it. Or maybe they had just a couple ideas that they shoved into one. But it sounds like the 15-minute Geet special is nice, which is nice. You like the Krat odd rhyme? That's nice. And yeah, he's very good. He's a good dynamic voice, despite the fact that he is going for being crazy. Like, if I'm being honest, I like Arlecchino more than the Riddler. Although it helps that you only have to deal with him 5 times versus, God, all the Batman games and how many, like, even in the smaller ones, the Riddler has like a bajillion trophies. And he gets worse from there. Venini Works. Foggy day. Actually, I think going down this way might be a little bit better. Another interesting thing, this is the only time... Well, no, this is not true. Let me... The 1st and 5th, there's 5 of them, of the Arlecchino calls, come before the door you can open with them. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you actually find the door first. So it is not your destiny, but like you have a good niche. We just have friends to hang out with. So we'll do this. I think the thing I want to find that talks about Venini is later in, which is kind of a shame. But maybe we'll get there. Electric Blitz is... I don't know why my ability to speak completely abandoned me there. Electric Blitz is effective for subduing puppets. Get out if you're not a stalker. A good paranoid check to make with these things is to go here and look for them. Sometimes if you've missed a side quest or something, it'll pop up here. One thing I wish they would do, but they don't, which is fair, they don't actually show you where the Trinity doors are. Like, if you don't find them, there's not going to be any clues to where they're at, which is a shame. But they're not super hard to find. You can't actually get out of this entrance, which makes me sad. Oh wow, that does a lot of damage to them, okay. Now, I have to be careful with these puppets, because they're pretty durable. Oh, I didn't do that in time, okay. This weapon's really good for those, though. Like, my god. Alright. Now, I'm going to do this the way I did it when I first played it. So if you look down there, you see what is, like Miyazaki intended, and the perfect homage to From Software, a poison swamp. You can actually get rid of this poison later on. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not patient enough. Puppet of the future. This guy's also not too bad to fight when you know what you're doing. There we go. Quartz and a radiant ergo chunk. Hidden moonstone. Dim ergo fragment. Now this is a shortcut for later. Booster glaive blade and handle. Oh. Okay. I forgot this was where the booster glaive is. Okay, it's time to show off a cool weapon. I'm gonna keep using this because I like the electricity of it, but the booster glaive is pretty cool too. Alright, let's teleport back to the most recent Stargazer. That is an anime as hell weapon name. That might be because, well, let's get to it. How heavy is it? Ah, it's a good bit heavier. Greatsword. It is a dexterity weapon. It has Storm Slash and Patient Slash. Storm Slash, you rush forward quickly to slash multiple times. Patient Slash, you gather your strength for a powerful slash attack. Hold the attack button to trigger a stronger attack. Booster Glaive Blade. A glaive blade assembled by a stalker by attaching booster equipment together. Because it's a blade taken from a giant cutting machine, it is heavy, but forceful. The puppet frenzy birthed a generation that lost their families and swore revenge. Axel, got it memorized, who went to war with his father's paper cutter in hand, was no different. Booster Glaive Handle. The handle of a glaive assembled by a stalker by attaching booster equipment together. Booster attacks are tricky, but fast and powerful. Not enough firepower, just add more. Got it memorized. Yeah, Axel wasn't there. I didn't even remember that. It's just funny to say. A hot-tempered stalker's invention turned out to be more useful than expected and came to be used frequently among stalkers. Alright. So, just a big sword on this. Actually, what is it? Ah, it's just motivity and technique. Okay. Into another anime game, Chris. I am not making that mistake. So, at first it seems kind of boring, right? Like it's just a great sword. But, if you're wondering why it's called a booster, That is why it's the booster glaive. Yes. Ow. Now, unfortunately, I think both of its... Well, wait a second, actually. Okay, that one actually is that. And so this part is kind of the handle that is actually attached. Do you get... Oh, wait a second. I don't think, though... This actually doesn't do electricity unless you have it attached to the right one, right? I don't think so. Actually, this might be slightly better than what I currently... Although it doesn't do... Its damage went down because... Well, I'm not doing anything with advanced right now, though. Yeah, because this is a dexterity greatsword handle, so... Versus... If I look at what the original one is... Yeah, see, so this one actually does scale with advanced, so you get a little bit of extra damage from that. Although, technically speaking, doesn't actually really... Rocket Bazonk. So I could get much extra damage from the advanced scaling right now. Anyways, that whole thing's a side path I don't need to go down. The way you're actually meant to go forward is over here. I just like to kill the puppet of the future early. Rocket Bazonk. Anything else? No? Salamander dagger blade and salamander dagger handle. This is where, okay. So, this is for when you want to do electricity, but there are times you can want to do fire too. So this is another advanced weapon, because it does that. It does fire damage natively. Ignite, greatly increase fire attack temporarily. Retreating stab, stab an enemy in front of you and quickly move backwards. A dagger blade designed to make Ergo generate overheat. An Ergo power source that emits heat is embedded in the back of the sword. The salamander symbolizes fire and purification. In that regard, the dagger was created for a special purification ritual regarding alchemist defectors. A dagger handle made by the alchemists. It was made in the shape of a snake biting its tail. Following the same principle as the dagger, there are some alchemists who can expel great heat from an Ergo heart. These Baptists who possess fire abilities call themselves Simon's Fire, the purifiers of truth. So, if we want to actually look at what this does, this is just a little, like, It's basically a short sword. You just do fire pokes. But we'll actually stick with the rocket bazonk for now. I don't feel like we're attacking that much slower, and I think damage-wise it's pretty comparable.
Ugh, this place gives me the creeps. It's like something's gonna jump out any second. It's okay, pal. Jiminy's looking out for you.
So here's another trick. This is something where you can fall down. Whoops. So similar to the way last area was you get shocked by electricity zone. This is the one where enemies start to do fire damage. This game actually has a pretty good early structure for like just introducing you to these things. Like, it's gonna be doing a little bit less damage, but maybe it's worth it for the style points. Although I think it's very slightly slower, and I think it does use up more stamina. Belford shot cartridge. So, I think I need more new of these ones, right? Yeah. So, shock can affect resistance to shock. A cartridge developed by the Belford Superior Workshop also has an additive that alleviates status ailments. So, the way the defensive things work in this game, this is just your general overall physical damage reduction thing. Increasing this makes you take less general physical damage. This one is what you take to take either less fire, electric blitz, or acid damage, as it says there. This is for status effects, disruption, shock, and break. These all suck. Disruption is instant death. Break reduces your healing by a lot from pulse cells. And shock is the worst one of all. Shock destroys your stamina regeneration. You gain it back so slowly. And then the liner is more damage reduction, but it's specifically for the 3 types of damage, which you can see there. Slash, strike, pierce. So that's something where if you know what kind of enemy, like what kind of damage they're throwing at you, you can put that on. Factory Manager's Report. Dear Mr. Vanini, as per your orders, I conducted a quality investigation on the ergo supplied by the alchemists. Of course, it was done secretly. Certainly, the quality of ergo was getting worse over time. I don't doubt the alchemists, but the decrease in quality is too widespread to call it a coincidence. At this rate, this quarter's puppets will have a high chance of defects. The most important thing is the quality of the ergo, after all. According to a reliable source, the high-level alchemists are running ergo production experiments lately using another method. Personally, I think their secret experiments have something to do with the decrease in ergo quality. Are they wringing out the bodies of discarded puppets in the barren swamp or something? Anyway, I recommend approaching them carefully instead of complaining to them. Manager of Factory 1, Nicola. Alright. We'll grab this. What am I? Gonna do like half the time. Okay. Spooky. All right. It exploded. It's a double shield bot. These guys are kind of annoying, but they're not so bad. Ah, that's where you get a Legion caliber. Okay. So these are one of the other upgrade parts. This is for your arm. Legion Arm Modification Part. A correction device used to modify Legion Arm, found only at the workshop. Legion Arm can be modified with the Venini craft machine. The workshop's correction device, developed to raise the hardness and density of Legion Arms. Delicate devices like this require consistent maintenance. So, Legion Arms have 3 tiers you can upgrade them from. It requires 1, 2, and then 3 of these to upgrade them each time. I will eventually definitely want to go back to the puppet string. I might actually do it once we leave this place, honestly. But that's primarily for when we can get it fully upgraded. Oh, there's a butterfly around. Ah, here's where we get our first... Okay, the motivity crank. Increases handle's motivity. A crank that changes a weapon's properties. It alters a handle's abilities. A crank invented at the workshop to allow fine adjustments to weapon handles. If one ability is strengthened, the opposite ability is weakened. So, while the weapons in the game do naturally favor either strength, dexterity, or I guess I'll say magic elemental damage, with the cranks, you can modify that to a slight degree. Although, unfortunately, if I recall correctly, I think handles need to natively have advance to actually benefit from it. But that way, if you like a dexterity or strength weapon, you're not entirely screwed if you favor the other stat. Although, you can also retrain your Pinocchio to other things, so if you like that, you should just change them, so, you know. This is a locked door. This is a shortcut. This, I believe. This is where we fought that puppet from the future. Which, as I said, you can clear out that corruption down there, the poison. But it's also a good place to go back. Like one more shortcut leads back there, which is kind of fun. This game doesn't have like amazing shortcut design, but it has some nice ones. Electric Blitz Abrasive. I think this is... Yeah, this is just like a little side path we can go down. More poison swamp. man, you have such has such good range on that. Uh-oh. Heal, 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 heal. Aw, I died. Oh, have I been keeping my death counter active? It's the first time I've died in a little bit. Ooh. I don't think I've died since the Murphy deaths, but... Alright, we need to go back. I want to make sure I get that ergo because that's actually a huge amount for this part I'm at in the game. Also, that's a butterfly for later, so I need to be a little bit careful. Hey, there we go. Sometimes I look like I know what I'm doing. Another sharp pipe. Yeah, the trick with dimensional butterflies is they give you a good distance, but they do like to spawn in places where you'll get swarmed by enemies. Which, you know, that's classic, like... That's just classic Souls-like design. Alright. I've done all that, I think. Okay, you know what we should do? Let's go back to the hotel. I'm carrying so much, and I don't think I have anything to buy. Wait, no. Maybe I don't want to spend all this. I might have something to buy soon. I can't remember if there's a shop upgrade soon. Okay, there was nothing here. One thing I want to do that I forgot to do, though. Boop, boop.
I know my way around a weapon.
I can actually upgrade this. Yeah, I have 9 out of 4 hidden, yeah. So this will do a little bit more damage, which is good. Not a big increase, but I've been enjoying using it. I enjoy zapping enemies. I would upgrade the Salamander Blade, but we might have another one coming up. Let's do some level ups. Let's do... That will give me basically all the health I'm going to want for the rest of this game. Oh. Which, as I said, like, there's not huge increases on almost any of the numbers really in this game. Which in some ways I miss. I like From Software's number inflation. But on the other hand, it's also pretty good though, because it means you have a good sense of where these things are. And in classic style, we have giant flaming puppet ball. I might have made a mistake. Ow. Now, I don't know how puppet factories work. I don't know if this is the most optimal way of getting rid of these puppets. But it's effective. This is that shortcut I found the other side of. This is the giant flaming puppet ball doing my work for me. And then we keep going this way. Alright, what's in here? The fire axe! Oh, I forgot how many good weapons you found in the Venigni workshop. So the fire axe, interestingly enough, is actually neither a strength nor dexterity weapon. It's quality, can go either way. Patient slash. Gather your strength for a wide range attack. Hold down the attack button for a stronger attack. And Endure allows you to temporarily withstand the enemy's attack. Fire Axe Blade. The Krat Fire Brigade's Close Order Axe Blade, painted red. It was crafted for versatility so that it can break anything. The Fire Brigade protected Krat with everything they had to the very end. They lost their lives, but their axes remain in the city as evidence of their noble sacrifice. Fire Axe Handle. The Krat Fire Brigade's Close Order Axe Handle. The handle is long so they can deal with fires in high places. Their axes were dyed horrifically with blood. It was not the blood of others, it was their own. So yeah, you can just use a fire axe. Oh, this is what this charge attack is, okay. That's pretty fun. I'm gonna keep using this booster electrical coil, but I like the fire axe. It's got a simple style to it. Oh, there's more NPCs too. Cool. Okay, I think I kind of remember this. I always get kind of lost there. Let's go talk to the NPCs though.
Ooh, admirers seem to follow me everywhere. Pleased to see you, my stalker friend.
You made it all the way here unbothered by ruffians. You've got talent. I've never seen you before, but who cares?
This may well benefit our former client. Did you catch that subtle whiff of money in the air? Moneybags himself, Lorenzini Venigni, is inside this factory this very moment.
You caught us on our return trip. We had to deny his ridiculous request in person just to be sure it wasn't a joke. All we could do was laugh.
Keep your whiskers up if you're heading in there. He is the richest man in Krat. Or so they say. Who knows? Maybe he's handing out bags of money to lift his spirits.
Ha! That seems unlikely. No way are we doing that.
Well, anyhow, best of luck.
So this is Red Fox and Black Cat. There are other stalkers. We'll see them a couple times. We're okay.
Best of luck to you, my friend.
Although we're not quite
Are you
done.
carrying the latest edition of Venini's Landmark Guide? It's the most popular non-fiction work in Krat these days. Maduro wrote the actual guide, but Venini published and financed it. It goes for a premium at the shop, but Maduro might not get his cut. He went missing recently, which of course made that volume more popular than ever. If you can get all 3 volumes collectors want, bet you can get 4. No, 5,000 for it at the shop. But you're in luck. I have a conscience and a powerful sense of self-preservation. I'll let this one go for 500. That's a good investment. Don't sleep through it. You'll wish you had this, and the price is a steal. Let me know if you have any interest.
I mean, if the price is a steal, we should do it, right? We have Venini's Krat Landmark Guide 3. This month's attraction, Rose Estate. Warning, this book has been banned. If found, please report to the city. Well, okay, I mean, let's just do it. This month's attraction, Rose Estate. There's a warning band attached that bears the herring symbol of Krat. Warning, this book has been banned. If found, please report it to the city. Reading banned books will result in punishment. Are you sure you want to read it? That's... okay, it's a little bit weird. Some uneven handwriting is there. You were warned, but you're reading a forbidden book. You're a bad person. Well, you're reading it, so this is what you get. The roses bloom at the Rose Estate. Don't know the rest of it. The end. Reporter Cat. This guy was made with the support of the Red Lobster Inn. So he, it's a con. But whatever, 500 ergo wasn't anything to me anyways.
So, have you had time to read it? It's the first volume I wrote, so go easy. By the way, I need to mention something before it slips my mind. It's a shame that the original author went missing, but I fear you misunderstood this commitment. I am willing to sell my newest book for 500. No refunds, of course. That's a given. But look on the bright side. That volume of the series is not easy to acquire. Take care you don't get torched.
Oh, he tricked us. How could he? He lied as well. Well, I guess he got more humanity out of it, which is pretty sweet for him. Okay. The Venini Workshop, I kind of get lost in a little bit. Okay, that's a shortcut. But that's the wrong side of the shortcut. This, I believe, is just a little side area we can do. Ah, and here's the Trinity door. Ah, right, and this is a shortcut that goes back here. Which actually kind of helpful, really. You used Trinity key. Ooh. So yeah, this seems like a kind of like secret society kind of thing. 3 create 1. You who opened the door, be one with the great ones. Question of the day. Did this factory worker ever think he would be destroyed like a puppet? I don't have a good Arlecchino, but that's okay. I love how you just rip off doors from these things. Blue Blood's tailcoat and another quartz. This is the first time we've got another costume in a little bit, actually. Blue Blood's tailcoat. A formal attire of the stalker organization of bastards. The blue tailcoats are the bastards' pride. The bastards who didn't fit in with Krat's ruling class dreamed of overturning the world. They teamed up with the foreign alchemists of the Isle, opening the door to Krat's golden era. Oh yeah. We're like, what if Phoenix tried to be Miles Edgeworth and also he's Pinocchio going through a wrecked city? Objection. Oh, that was impressive. I mean, a beautiful combo to be sure. Papa will be proud. I hope he'll be proud. We tried to go to law school for him. No. Yeah, so these puppets are a little tougher. But even if they don't stagger on just one hit, a lot of them will stagger on 2 or 3. It depends on the weapon you're using too, if it does enough damage. Alright, let's heal up here. Nani? So this is like an interesting fire enemy. He keeps putting fire down here, which is rude. Swordsmanship Master's Amulet, Hidden Moonstone. So, this is one of those times when the game throws what will eventually be a basic enemy at you. But it's like the first one and it's early, so it gives you extra. Swordsmanship Master's Amulet. The Swordsmanship Master's graceful movement largely reduced weapon wear and tear. However, there were extremely few puppets who could imitate him even when equipped with the amulet with the record of his movements. Sorry, I shouldn't have read that while I was right next to the frickin' alarm. Alright, on the bright side, I think with that, I've looped this little area. So now I want to go this way. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, though? I need to go back there. I didn't even remember to show off the thing I need to show off.
Oh, fantastic. The pipe fit like a glove. Well, like a pipe that fit. Idioms, you know?
Gemini... whatever, my man. But yeah, so that was another shortcut all the way back to the beginning. It's a pretty decent little one. Okay. Pull the lever. So, if you're having issues killing that puppet of the future, and you don't want to do it while being poisoned and slowed down, you come through here. When you pull that lever, it drains the little swampy area. You can fight that guy without having to deal with the poison or anything. Is it necessary? Not really. But it makes it much easier, and it's better for our first time, you know? Damn puppets trying to catch me. Is this it? No, doctor's confession. My name is Clark Shore. People call me Dr. Cure-All. I intend to confess my sins. I made innumerable medicine sales under the guise of it being a cure-all. At first, even I was sure about my experiment. Early on, the cure really was effective in neutralizing the petrification disease. And why would the great alchemist's records be wrong? I know I stole it, but I perfectly followed the manufacturing process. My cure was perfect. But what went wrong? I dare not record what the ones who got treatment turned into. That was literally hell. And when I realized that I was the gatekeeper who opened the doors, I ran away. How can I atone for my sin? I only tried to treat patients and earn a few extra coins. I'm dying, and this is my penitence. I also have the petrification disease, but I'm not getting the cure. I'd rather turn to stone and freeze to death. God, please forgive my terrible sins. I'm sure that's fine. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, he looks like everything went fine. Oh, okay. This is another. I forgot some of these back this. Have you seen this eccentric? Have you seen this eccentric? Hot off the press news this month again. This month's eccentric is Mr. J, a gentleman who caused a stir by marrying a puppet. Is it because that custom-made puppet is so beautifully made, or that Mr. J's peculiarities, even he was unaware of, suddenly burst? Mr. J fell in love with the maid puppet at first sight, and they got married, even in the face of his family's opposition. But the lovers' secret wedding faced ruin. The enraged family stormed in. The husband was confused. The puppet bride was greatly damaged. She clearly had a soul. We loved each other. Gentleman J, who became his family's headache, still makes the same claims. He's even fixing his bride and redoing the wedding. This tragedy was made possible because of Krat's advanced puppet technology. Let's all listen to our families now. Haha. The Have You Seen This Eccentric Corner will continue next month. Oh, silly Mr. J. Although, I guess if it was a really good-looking Harley Quinn puppet, like, what guy wouldn't understand? No, I'm kidding. It's hard for me to hear Mr. J and not think of Harley Quinn, though. I'll be honest.
I must atone for my sins. I must kill more puppets. More.
This guy sounds very sane.
All puppets must die. Oh, it's the only way to be sure.
Hey, buddy, can you open the door for me?
Puppets must die. Every single one.
Yeah, sure, I'm a human, though.
Those clothes. Leo? You came back?
Yes?
I killed countless puppets to atone for what I did. I didn't mean to break my vow. I was just so scared. I'm sorry I ran away. Oh, you're a ghost. Just leave me be. It's the weight of guilt. The burden never gets lighter. All puppets must die.
Oh.
Kill the puppets! I wish I hadn't run away.
wish I hadn't run away.
I forgot this guy just keeps comboing and comboing. Can I? Thank you.
I wish I'd known. Surviving is a hell of its own.
Hey, we broke his sword. Nice. Okay, I know I am technically murdering this human, but I would like to point out he chose this.
Run away.
Alright, I forgot I could also fulminous. Oh. So I've been making the mistake too, because,
I'm sorry. I was afraid to die.
but you do use up weapon durability too when you block with it. And even perfect guards will still use it up. But yeah, this is where this other door let out. He had it locked. So we got 3 things there. We got a gesture. Stalker's Promise. Perform the Stalker's Promise gesture is a salute used by both bastards and sweepers. The reason one takes up one's sword is to honor one's vow to those whom one wishes to protect. No matter the banner one is fighting for, nothing changes this vow. And we got his clothing. Survivor's Mask. The mouse mask worn by the survivor. It reeks of sewage and fear. Ew. Rookie stalkers usually wear the animal masks decided by superiors. Perhaps this was even what had blessed the youth's fate. Did we not get... Oh yeah, Survivor's Hunting Apparel. The hunting apparel of the survivor. It belonged to the one who forsook his oath. When the puppets toppled the tower, the youth fled in fear. He lost his sworn brother and his name that day, and became a survivor wandering in hell. I think I like the Blue Bloods outfit more, but we'll wear this. It's fine enough. So that is an optional little fight you can do, but it does have another side benefit that we'll get to. Not this stream, but next stream. And I could safely go back, but there's also another Stargazer that's only a little far forward, I think.
Accidenti. I have to stop them.
Get used to this voice, because this character is the most talkative one in the game. If you wonder why if there's a Stargazer nearby they give you a shortcut, it's because you could miss this Stargazer, and then you would lose progress.
A little help? Anyone?
Wealthy and dashing philanthropist in need of assistance.
Here we have... Do I have anything else? No. It's Vanini! Oh, look at this guy. He's about the right height.
Oh, easy now. No need to kill me. Surely we can discuss this like reasonable... people? Hold on. Geppetto's a friend of yours.
He is my papa.
He sent you.
Yes, he did.
I'm fine. Please, help me find my butler Pulcinella. He's a puppet and a friend. Those stalkers were supposed to be working for me, but... well, they bolted and left me to my fate. That was not helpful. My butler went to barricade the back door, and I haven't seen him since. Pulcinella has been a loyal companion. I'd hate to lose him. The factory is, of course, my priority. We must take it back. But please, keep an eye out for my butler. I'd consider it a personal favor and owe you in kind.
And we got the fear gesture. So this is Vanini. He is rich because he is the one man carrying the burden of sounding Italian for the rest of the cast. Fear. Form the fear gesture. Do not reject fear. Those who know fear are able to deliver greater horror to their enemies. I don't know why this gesture has like the little info card that just goes hard.
Before all this chaos, Fuoco was the puppet in charge of the furnace. But he changed. He was a stand-up fellow once. Now, not so much. I'm told he's still building an army of puppets and marching them on the cathedral. How did this nightmare come to be? Please, you must stop him before he does any more harm.
All right. So now we hear about Fuoco, who is the next boss we need to fight. Who I should be able to do this stream, unless I fail against him badly. Yeah, see, this is another one. Although this one I think also doesn't respawn. And now we're doing electric damage. Workshop Union Standard Radiation Converter, Hidden Moonstone. Right. So this one. So we've been getting the. I've had the electricity one on. This is the heat one, which, if you go to the trouble of killing that guy, who's not too hard, especially now that I have a lot of practice against them, it helps you. Can enhance resistance to overheat. Most of the armor things don't actually have like a really interesting thing to read. They're very self-explanatory. Damn, I did not dodge that the way I wanted to. Fuoco's a pretty fun puppet, but unfortunately... So, the first puppet we found, the Scrap Watchman, mentioned giving bad kids to stick, which was a little bit weird. And he mentioned putting on a performance for the king. The Scrap Watchman was more distracted by his dead kid friends. But Fuoco is actively doing something for it. There's a technique crank. That, I don't think I'll have anything interesting to say, I don't think. Yeah. So, like, the motivity is strength, so that one makes your dexterity weaker but increases your strength. This one just does the opposite, it makes strength weaker for that. Descartes' note. The puppet cannot refuse the grand covenant imprinted upon manufacture. It must obey the Creator's orders and cannot harm humans. But look at that puppet that was once called Fuoco. Is the grand covenant flawed? The once faithful puppet now kills humans. It creates puppets instead of fire. It obeys something else other than humans. It's as if someone is controlling it or it has a mind of its own. As if there's a king of puppets somewhere. Is the pretending to be human? Is it a simple defect? This requires a further investigation. It's surprising. Fuoco's actions were not simple obedience, but faith. Fuoco worships something as a god. I heard there's the king of puppets on Rosa Isabel Street. That must be what is controlling the puppets of Krat. But a puppet having a human ego is a problem from another dimension. There is still a puppet secret that I don't know about. Ergo is probably the key, but those guys are awakening like humans more quickly as days go by. Someone has to stop them before it's too late, for the sake of all humans. So, Fuoco is doing something. Ah, damn, okay. That was dumb of me. I don't know why I thought that wasn't going to knock me back. Fuoco is a religious crazy puppet that's been killing people. Oh, that was dumb of me. Sorry, I've been doing so okay ever since I put on armor and then kept going, and then I just completely failed too. Oh man, God, it's fine. This is the easier way, you just go around. There's that like fancy jump thing you can do, but it's not worth it. Although it looks cool, but it's not, yeah. Alright. Like, see, that didn't even look cool because I did it after the fact, laboring the point. I mean, I guess this hopefully has alarms, but this is pretty annoying. Authorized Homo Machina only. Time to meet Fuoco. Now you may think that was the head. It is not, in fact, that is the groin. He's coming. Learn his ways. Join us. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this. Would you... Oh, I made a mistake too. It's called King's Flame Fuoco. But when you go into a boss room, and the boss track plays, they actually mention the song name on the left of the screen. Oh god. Wow. There we go. I actually dodged one. Okay. Oh, that says, "Don't forget, brother, you're one of us." Sorry, I thought I was gonna do. I thought you were doing something else, you jerk. Worship the King of Puppets. And then there's something else on him. 13. I did really bad in that fight. Like, really messed up some of his early attacks.
Before all this chaos, I'm told, how did this not...
Okay, I was checking with Vanini, but he was just saying the same thing. This is also a pretty easy boss run. Although if you jump in that green goo, you probably die, so I would suggest not doing that. Always make sure you get your boss Death Ergo beforehand. Learn his ways. Join us. He has surprising resistance to electric blitz. There we go. At least I got him the halfway now. So when he hits halfway... Well... Ah, there we go. Oh king, my king, we need a bigger flame. Or it's supposed to be weak thunder. Get the memo, Fuoco. Well, they kind of are, actually. Then he starts using his gun. Which is rude. Oh, I think I'm gonna die again. What is that glory to him? Damn you, Fuoco. I was actually more confident than I should have been that I was going to do this like first try. I even have armor on this time. It's not like scrapped Watchman Murphy where I could pretend like, no, I'm actually a badass, I'm just making it harder for myself. Although, I mean, it would have been more badass to beat him without not having the armor anyway, so. What if I choose not to join you, Roku, you jerk? Oh my god. My timing is so bad on that. Okay, that came out a little bit faster than I was expecting. Don't forget, brother, you are one of us. Worship the king of puppets. Something to him. Okay. That probably seems like I threw it. I promise. I was trying to kill him that time. I just thought I had the timing on perfect guarding that I didn't have. This is one of the, I wouldn't say it's a problem with the game, but the fact that a lot of things you can dodge most of their stuff, or you could perfect guard all their stuff. Perfect guarding is the harder option, but it always works. Dodging's usually the better option, but there's times it just doesn't work. And sometimes trying to find a balance of the two can be hard. But this is the important one. He says, we fight for humans. Why can't you see that? Which is why I definitely... Did I? I definitely threw that just so you could see that there. Okay, I did pick up the Death Ergo. Okay, let's stop trying to perfect guard so much stuff. Let's go back to dodging. Let's try not to pretend I'm a parry master at this game. And go with the more reliable ways of doing stuff. Oh, man. Again, there are reasons to actually, like, block stuff, but... Listen to Piccolo and dodge! Oh man, I have the timing for that very badly. And I really should just focus on dodging that one like that. King, my king, we need a bigger flame. Stop trying to use your gun against me. Oh! Oh, he killed me. Wait for humans, why can't you see it? Okay. I think that time he was in this staggerable state where I could. Also, wow, I can't believe. If this was my first time fighting him, this wouldn't be so bad, but on a, like... Yeah, overheat's bad. I think that breaks him out of his stagger state. I should have just immediately gone for it. What am I at? I've got like 40 minutes left? Okay. God, at this point, I'm gonna beat Fuoco and then not have much left. I will not join you. I will murder you. All right. Ah, good job charging when you weren't even aiming properly, doofus. Oh, bigger flame. Okay. Oh, you're trying to hit me with that. Gotcha. There we go. Alright, I didn't read that, but I think I've got this finally. My flames, oh my king. Ugh. High-powered flame amplifier, King's Flame Ergo. And the flame grindstone. Well, I beat him. That was not great, but... So... Legion Arm Core part. This is the last special Legion Arm Core part you have. The rest you get from just a generic one, which is kind of a shame, but is also okay. The central core of the King's Flame, Fuoco, Legion Arm that expels immense firepower, can be crafted with the Venigni craft machine. The puppet dreamed of a fire that would make the King's army. At the end of a desperate fight with a boy puppet, the fanatic's burning fire was scattered into foolish ash. I was about to say fanatic. What is wrong with me? And then we also found... Where is it here? Flame Grindstone. Temporarily imbues weapon with fire. A special grindstone that can be equipped to a grinder can be triggered by using the grinder when guarding. Because it is fragile, it cannot be used often. Special grindstones were made to respond quickly in battle. These grindstones, made from artificial gems, sharpen weapons and temporarily imbue them with special abilities. This is another great quality of life feature. So, they have the grinder that you need to have so you can restore weapon durability on the fly. But they also give you these that let you get at least once per rest, and you can get at least a second one with one of the later tree upgrades, a special temporary buff with them. Now you can also use the consumable ones, but this one lets you have one that just you can always have. You only just get one per rest, and I love that. That helps kind of get past the gamer brain. King's Flame Ergo. To Fuoco, the ordinary puppet, protecting the factory's fire was a sacred duty. As soon as he learned of the King of Puppets, he bowed down to a new god. Alright. Let's rest here. Oh, what's this?
What do we have here? A broken butler puppet. Now, I seem to remember someone on the second floor. Think it belongs to him? We gotta ask what happened sometime. Now's good.
Yeah. So Venini asked us to find Pulcinella, and he's a little worse for wear. Don't worry. He looks really beat up and destroyed, but he's okay. He just needs someone to fix him up. And fortunately, Venini is a genius inventor. Ow. Okay, that guy didn't hear me. And the other guy's throwing, but he doesn't actually care enough to really follow. Oh, look at him applauding for us.
Ah, you're back! And you found... Oh, dear. Pulcinella. They really did a number on you. Pulcinella was proof that puppets possess true courage. I will not rest until I have revived him. But there will be ample time for that. First, I must thank you for a truly heroic piece of work. The factory is ours again. The puppets are going to be in a really bad shape after this. Let us return to the hotel and rest while we can.
Alright.
I cannot shake the thought of that puppet army. What they meant to do. The cathedral is filled with refugees. People who thought they were safe. But that's for the future to solve. Maintenance must come first. See you at Hotel Krat. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Or, as JoJo's Part 5 would say, Arrivederci. Oh, no, I miss him. Probably my favorite character in Part 5. So, Hotel Krat now has Venini there. You can just go back, but I'd like to go back and tell him about Pulcinella instead of just teleporting there and having the game do the work for that. So I got about a half hour left. This will help us get through a couple things. I don't think most people talk to us much with Venini.
I'll use my power gel.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we can ask Sophia about her power.
I am able to wield Ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear Ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets. Now you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you, please, save Krat.
Alright. We'll come back there for some level up soon.
Welcome to Hotel.
Alright, he didn't have anything new to say. I don't think Antonia has anything new to say either.
People have no idea. Thanks for keeping me.
Yeah, her stuff is the same. Look at Pulcinella. Look at this.
If it isn't my savior. Glad to see you made it back in one piece, my
That's
friend.
it's a fine ass butler puppet. And I think Eugenie
I know my
also.
way around a weapon.
No, never mind. Okay. Well, let's talk to Venini. We might be here a little while. Also, look at that. He got here and he immediately set up shop.
Amatsa, that is one slick prototype. You think it's a tram for crickets?
Yes, Gemini, it's a tram for crickets.
Felicitous salutations, my friends. My name is Signor Lorenzini Venigni. No doubt my reputation precedes.
He set this up so
I
quickly.
come to you with only the most peaceful intentions, and as a true friend of craft. Behold, Venigni Works, where we will honor the city of Krat's history while forging her brilliant future. When I broke ground on this place, we broke ground. I certainly didn't do it all personally. This was simply empty space, a blank canvas. But in the hands of a maestro, it became a work of art.
He definitely has ego.
To this very day, I have been derided for my, let's say, single-minded focus on a lifelong obsession with building animated, automatic, autonomous automata. But today, just look before you. Venini Works is ready to start building the future. Krat's golden era is waiting to be built. A dream of the future we can only create together. Help me make this future come true. Join us, for this moment in history will happen only once. Join Venini, your friend for life.
He is very genius. Like, it's hard not to like Venini on some level, at least.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes, that's the word. You took back the factory, and I cannot thank you enough. Without the factory, no more new puppets. The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us. But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Lorenzini Venigni. Gentleman, bon vivant, and, at the moment, utterly at your service, my friend. If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Krat's Prince of High Society. That is because they are one and the same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth.
Oh, he's so successful
While
and
I
younger
sincerely
than me.
believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. My newest prototype. It'll be safe with you. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder. I hope you'll put it to good use.
Grinder modification tool. A modification tool that allows special grindstones to be equipped to a grinder. Special grindstones can be switched out at a stargazer. Stalkers wanted to be able to respond dynamically to the constantly changing battlefield. Special grindstones were made for this. And they gave us a fire one. And, spoilers, fire damage is good in the next area.
Then my eyes do not deceive me. I never imagined I'd actually see it again, and in the flesh, so to speak. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it. Genius and acclaim can keep one quite preoccupied, I'm afraid. You are really interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your, particular needs. And frankly, this design is almost child's play to me now, so let's start by making it a bit stronger, shall we? I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts. You might say this arm's new abilities are legion. No? Too much? It was too much.
Oh, Vanini. Again, his self-confidence is... I would aspire to
I
it.
always welcome friends. May I be of service?
So, this is where we can switch Grindstone. Put on fire. And we can talk with him some more, so he can tell us about Pulcinella and about the puppet frenzy.
Of course you're curious. Pulcinella has been restored thanks to you. In a small way. Mostly it was me, but you know, genius never rests. Except for beauty rest. Pulcinella isn't just my butler. He's my family. The only one I have left, really.
Oh.
I won't forget what you've done for us. If you ever need anything or find yourself in a spot of trouble, call on your friend Venigni.
Ah, the swagger one. So he's a rich inventor playboy whose only family is his butler. Why does that sound like... I'm sure it's a coin. Oh, we'll get that later. Where is that here? Ah, swagger. Form the swagger gesture. One of the ironbound rules of the alleyways. Never strut around if you don't have a weapon on hand.
I always welcome friends. May I be of service?
And we can also talk to him about the puppet frenzy.
No one, not even I, know what started the puppet frenzy. Why? That day of all days. Ah, it was horrible. A violent rampage of murder and mayhem that is seared into my memory for all time. And it was never supposed to happen again. I made sure of it. Designed a few special parts to ensure they'd remain loyal. Puppet armies do not arise by chance. There was intent behind this. I don't want to leap to conclusions, but the only one I know with that kind of power is the King of Puppets himself. We need to learn how this happened.
The King of Puppets. So, the King of Puppets is not our next boss. But he is kind of the climax boss of the mid-game. So, let's talk to Pulcinella.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Venini. I am Master Venini's Major Domo, Pulcinella, at your service, sir.
Oh, he's great.
The House of Venini carries only the finest in luxury merchandise. I believe you'll find all items to be both superior quality and distinguished provenance. I am certain you will be able to find something that suits you, sir. At
This
the House
dapper
of Venini,
puppet.
even priceless things have a price. Every item is a treasure of distinguished quality and superior provenance.
Alright. So he has these extra cranks you can use. Balance crank is how you restore it back. He has the electric blitz grindstone, which lets you have the electric buff, which we're definitely going to get. And we have the Workshop Union fiber reinforced layer. So when you expand Pulcinella's inventory, you get the upgraded version of these things. That just give you a little bit more, like, at increased weight, you get better damage reduction. An inner layer that absorbs physical damage, reduces damage from slash attacks. Defensive liner made by the Workshop Union. The material and structure presented themselves as the standard to rival workshops. And I'm just gonna take these cranks too, why not? Okay, are you gonna mention him now?
I know my way around a well.
Nope, she won't. But So this is the Flamberge, a legion arm full of burning flames. When its muzzle is opened, it burns the enemies before you. Here's modify, we'll use that. And I'll put on the Flamberge, although I'll be honest, I don't actually really like it that much. It's not like a fire burst, it's a flamethrower, and not a very impressive one. A legion arm full of burning flames. When its muzzle is opened, it burns the enemies before you. Flame inflict more pain on those with blue blood. This may be because it makes them remember when they were once human. That use of blue blood there is not talking about aristocrats. It is talking about the next enemy type. We'll get there in a second. It'll be kind of a good note to end on, I think. Because Fuoco was telling us something about how they were actually helping the humans, which is weird. Then we can check in with Papa.
Remember, I didn't design every puppet in Krat. It is not surprising that some puppets broke away from the Grand Covenant. I've no idea how many. I remember a few Ergo puppets behaving according to their own volition before the frenzy. That wasn't our intention. They were never designed to act that way. But if a puppet starts acting on its own, does that mean the puppet has free will? Or is someone else controlling the puppet?
Geppetto very trustworthy, as anyone does when we talk to him, and the first thing he says is, "This is not my fault. I know it's easy to assume it would be my fault, but actually..."
The city of Krat asked me any...
So these should update to let you know, but if we ask about Venigni Works now, since I've done it...
Thanks to you, the factory is out of the puppet's clutches. Venigni Works can resume making all sorts of supplies, not just more puppets. The puppets are still a problem, but at least they don't have endless reinforcements. I knew you could do it. I'm proud of you, son.
So they don't let you know, but you actually get some Geppetto updates as you finish each area. Also, while we're here, let's upgrade. Yeah, I think we would rather increase pulse cells. Yeah, because the early amulets are actually not all that great anyways. So, when you unlock the next phase, you can unlock the next tier of these, and you can actually go into that tier even in the other ones on the lesser and the earlier phases. That's what I wanted to say, earlier phases. So actually it's optimal for some of these late ones to fill up these early ones you know you're going to pick up, and eventually you can fill up the whole thing, just so you can pick and use all the heavier, stronger ones. So let's increase pulse cells. Special grindstone increase, that's pretty good. Enhance the recovery effect of pulse cells. Always very helpful. More heals and they heal better. Durability, attack when discharged. Increase destruction damage to enemies with perfect risk. So destruction damage is stagger damage when you stagger enemies, and you get some of that when you actually perfect block them, and this just makes it more effective. Reduce systemic consumption to dash is actually pretty good too. I think in fact I want to get that, although I do want to get this too. Well, this is just a general quality of life thing to get. So now we have 6 heals, and they heal more, which is very good for the game. Kind of the boring upgrade option to go with, but, you know, can't beat its generic usefulness.
I'll use my power to...
So let's level up some more. Vitality's fully healed. Let's get a little bit more stamina. And let's get that much capacity? Yes. I've not increased any of my attack stats yet. It might be a while before I do. They do help, but they're not a huge help. In a lot of ways, you get more out of not having to worry about like capacity and stuff, and having more swings, etc.
I know my way around a weapon.
How many of these? I have 8 of them. Do I want to improve the Salamander Dagger Blade? Will we get a fire option? Which will be good in the next part, honestly. But I can also, like, just use my electricity, so... And it could also, so like, if we look at the handle here, I want each for these, right? So giving me more strength would decrease the damage I do. The technique would actually give me a little bit more damage because I just have higher technique than that. And the advance would, oh man, increase that by barely anything. Okay. Alright. I don't think we're going to actually change out right now. Alright. So we could do electric. I'll stay with fire, though. So, I'm going to be wrapping up in a little bit, but I want to go to the next bit. This was actually a really cool bit to me. Because they've mentioned a couple times, we know there's the petrification disease. Volko was mentioning that actually they're trying to help the humans. And that cure-all, Dr. Clark Shore mentioned the fact that something went wrong with his cure. So at first I thought, well, all the enemies are going to be puppets in this game, right? Which is a fair assumption to make, I think. Oh, and we've killed a couple humans too. Which is also fine. Actually, I might not be able to... We'll see. I forgot there's a little bit of area to go. Also, I think fire canister is actually new. Okay, but it's still just a canister. The canisters all have the same description, so... Oh yeah, I think I'm saying... I think we might not actually get there. Maybe I'll start with it next time. Oh, we'll see. Maybe I can get there, maybe I can't. Look at this jerk. I haven't used the Flamberge either. I should do that. Maybe I'll use it in this next area upcoming. Even though it's not good against puppets. That's not to say you can't light puppets on fire, it's just electricity is more effective against them as a general rule of thumb. Look at you throwing stuff at me. Now look at this asshole up here throwing stuff at me. Rude. Let's heal to be safe. I don't even remember what this chest is, actually. Oh, the big pipe wrench! Oh, this is hilarious. So this is like the major hammer in the game, kind of. There's another big thing, too. Patient Smash. Oh, you can gather your strength for a strong hit. Then Payback Swing, a strong forward slash. Use it immediately after guarding an attack for more power. The head of a large pipe wrench made by Vanini Company. There are signs that the discarded tool was used as a weapon. When the puppets suddenly attacked, technicians scrambled to make weapons. In need of something powerful, they looked toward the pipe wrench. The handle of a large pipe wrench made by Vanini Company. It was made with sturdy parts so they can endure a substantial weight. They were technicians, not warriors. Unfortunately, none managed to wield a blunt weapon properly until every last one of them was killed. There's the big heavy wrench. Ooh. So there's some fun weapons in this game. And the big pipe wrench is one of the biggest for bonking. And again, you can also make some changes too, like you can use that big handle for the big heavy swings. Or you can use that for... Ooh. I like how even knowing that enemy was coming, I almost failed. And just died. Dark Moon, Moonstone of the Covenant. So this is how you can tell we're coming up on the boss weapons. Upgrade Special Weapon Blade up to +3. An extremely rare enhancement material that can be obtained in different parts of Krat. It can upgrade the blades of special weapons. The blind butterfly desperately sought a savior, clutching a moonstone. It was as if it wanted this world, at least, to survive. I don't know if I'll go for... because I do like... the boss weapons are pretty cool. I also feel like they tend to be a little bit stronger, although I'm sure actually the most optimal weapons are ones you put together yourself. All right. Carrier's Amulet. So the Carrier's Amulet is actually pretty helpful. This is your Havel's Ring, etc., that lets you just carry more, increases your weight limit. An amulet that can be equipped on a puppet. The puppets walked and walked. They saved their final step for the barren swamp. The puppet's grave. It's like the second time the barren swamp has come up. We will go there eventually. It is in the second half of the game. What is this way? That is the way out, actually. Which I think is mostly where we need to go anyways. But I want to check where this guy snuck out from. Ah, you know what? In fact, he didn't sneak out from there. That was where the one guy with the pitchfork was. So it's at this point that the game really gets you in that sense that, like, man, you are just going to be fighting bits and puppets and more puppets. Which is fine, honestly, although they've been using them quite a bit. So it's like, man, this is just... Maybe at least there's gonna be more new puppets or something. And then...
These bodies... Could they be from Moonlight Town? Whoa, did puppets do this?
Weird. You mentioned did puppets do this? Oh, am I not there? I'm still not there yet, am I? God dang it, I got ahead of myself again. Game goes, maybe it's time for a different color of blood. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And it mentioned the blue blood earlier, so... There's a saw blade. Can you stop throwing things at me, you jerk? I kind of just want to end on that just because I feel like that's a pretty good natural ending place, but... I keep forgetting this area is a little bit more involved than I think it is. Now, I think past here I didn't check, but... If I don't grab this now, I'm going to be mad at it next time. Attribute resistance ampule is pretty good. I've actually not looked at those. The ampules are pretty... Where is it here? So these are things you can take to either make you better against, like... Well, fire, electricity, or whatever, or special status ailments are the ones that are like shock. That a special ampule that purifies a puppet's special status ailments. When used, it removes shock, break, and disruption. Some status ailments are difficult to withstand even with internal parts. The purification ampule was developed to remove a puppet's status ailments instantly. Oh, and here's the one attribute purification that can get rid of those. Resistance ampule just makes it better for that, so good tolerance. This is kind of a neat little trick here. This bad guy, of course, runs over it because he's not as heavy, but that's gonna break. But you can jump over it. Again, they really like that in this game. I think that might be the last one for a little while, though. Like, after a certain point, they kind of put together the realization that, like, if we're using it all the time, it's going to become less effective, so... And you want to come down here anyways, because there's a butterfly. Because, of course, there is. So, Crescent Moonstones are the next level of upgrade. Normal red blade up to +6, which is nice. The Moonstone was... No, it's the same thing as just regular Moonstone, okay. Moonlight Town Guide. Moonlight Town is the lowest place in the city, where pilgrims prepare for their journeys. Since Saint Frangelico met the one-winged angel, Sephiroth, and founded the church, Moonlight Town has become known as the place where pilgrims are lifted to the cathedral by pulley and prepare for their pilgrimages. Andreas's reputation was at its peak when he was appointed as a priest, At the time, Krat was only a poor country town, but Andreas didn't mind and devoted himself to taking care of the people. They were even saying that Saint Frangelico himself had returned. Moonlight Town actively helped the priest's good deeds, and always acted together as colleagues who deliver the word of God. The decision to accept the alchemists from outside and revive Krat was made in Moonlight Town. After all, it was the birthplace of the Krat we know today. Today, we have cable railways instead of pulleys, and the city of the future instead of a country village. But our virtues remain unchanged, just like how the angel wrapped Saint Frangelico in his wings when he fell in the cold. People should help each other. The place lower than any other, Moonlight Town, is proof that virtue is still here. Like, I know the symbolism of a one-winged angel is just potent in general, but Final Fantasy really kind of took it over. Like, I feel like Sephiroth is just such a thing. Although, you know, I say that. I just mean in, like, the video game anime sphere. I don't know if, like, on a pure pop... Well, with pop culture, no. I don't know how recognizable he is. He's definitely up there, but he's probably not, like, Nintendo mascot level, right? But, you know, maybe he's pretty close, though. Also, let's try not to die here in this little trap place. A very classic Souls-like setup. You come in busting in here, and it's a trap. They kind of lock you in here. There's enemies that ambush you. They're not potent on their own, but they're just deadly enough in a group. Workshop Union Standard Corrosion Resistance. This one is for acid damage. And we're going to put it on because we've gone through the area where enemies did lightning damage. They've done fire damage. Now it is time for them to do acid damage. Which might strike you a little weird. Why are puppets doing acid damage? And as Dill was referring to earlier, with changing the color of the blood maybe, we have run our course for now. God, it's after this, though? Jesus. I keep trying to skip ahead. I really shouldn't. Well, let's talk to this person.
Do you want to go up, child? I'm sorry, but the train isn't in service anymore. The cathedral isn't the sanctuary it once was. The people who went up there never returned. I still don't know what happened. But I do know this. The cathedral is off limits. Forever. If you're determined to pass, you must prove your identity. Who are you?
So since we killed the survivor,
A stalker?
we actually have a choice here. We can give the stalkers greeting.
Interesting. I thought all the stalkers died when the workshop tower collapsed. As for me, I'm as good as dead. A sinner who lost everyone I ever loved. I have no right to stop someone as determined as you. Please be safe up there.
Cable railway key, the ergo is whispering. We lied.
Please be safe up there.
Now if you don't do that, they attack you to stop you. And I think you get their mask if you do that. But our priority is the cat, so we made the right choice. Cable railway key, a key obtained from the Atoned. It moves the cable railway that goes to St. Frangelico Cathedral. At one point, the cable railway was a sacred train that transported pilgrims to the St. Frangelico Cathedral. Now, it is a train that takes one to the land of the dead. So we'll be wrapping up in a couple minutes. But let's go visit the land of the dead real quick for a second. Although first, to set the tone,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Pilgrim's Cable Railway.
oh
Now,
no.
those of you who joined us in Moonlight Town, we hope your preparations for the Pilgrim's Journey are well underway. Fascinating town, Moonlight, just fascinating. Back in the day, the only way to reach the cathedral was using a rope and pulley. So, thanks for building it on a cliff, St. Frangelico. I kid. Frangelico, wonderful saint, wonderful. Anyway, next stop, the Bridge of Atonement. While you atone there, don't miss a magnificent view of beautiful Krat. It's been my pleasure, friends, and enjoy the rest of your journey. I've been your captain on this ride, Gemini! Well, not bad, huh? Oh, I really am good at this. When in doubt, let Gemini be your guide. You look annoyed. What'd I do? I'm sure it's fine. Let's get a move on, pal.
I will say, I feel like I'm very much a Gemini there. Where it's like, oh, you're stuck in here with me.
Something's off. Do you see that over there? I recognize dead puppets. That's to be expected, but what is that?
And here we get our introduction. Come back here and... I don't think there's anything else to... No, there's no NPC things. What could that be? Well, it turns out there's more than just puppets in the game. Here is the second enemy type. They're called carcasses.
Oh, no idea what those things are, pal. Approach with caution.
Like, they're not... I just did not expect this the first time I was playing this game. This swerve. And it gets really cool to come, but that's going to have to be next time. When we have to deal with, not werewolves, but zombies, which they're adjacent. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Next time we'll resume on the Path of Misery, which sounds like it'll be a fun time. Until then, good night. You gonna actually... Okay, I wanted to make sure I was quitting out.